What's going on, people of Earth? You know, we're going to make some oxtails today, and oxtails are a really good recipe, but you got to have a lot of time planned to make it. And I wanted to show you this from start to finish. We're not going to make a long video, but here we go. All right, guys, so I got these from Matthew's Meat Market. They were about $7.99 a pound, which is a lot cheaper than some of the other ones I've seen, guys. Good thing about Matthew's Meat Market, this is a good local source of beef in our area, you know, in Calhoun County and Cleveland County and places like that. So, you know, it doesn't have a lot of hormones in it, and you know where the sources are. So what we're going to do is we're going to marinate this in some of our Tony Cachere steakhouse. The longer you marinate this, the better off it comes. So we're going to put this in marinade, and then we'll come back shortly and show you how to do the rest of it after it's marinated. So we rinse these babies off till they're nice. The water's nice and clear. Some people will put vinegar in there or lemon juice in there, guys. We just rinse this off several times until it's nice and clear. And that's just to kind of make sure that there's nothing floating on the meat, you know, to rinse off any type of dirt, debris, anything like that. All right, y'all. So I just put it down in a Ziploc bag and pour the marinade in there, and I press all the air out of it. Pop this in the refrigerator. It'll probably go in there. It's 12:12 Friday afternoon, and we probably won't cook these until probably after lunch tomorrow. So they're going to be in there a good 24 hours. Now, you don't have to do yours like this in the marinade. You can just go straight from cleaning them to cooking them. But this right here really does make a difference right here, y'all. Alrighty, y'all. So that meat's been in there for at least 24 hours. I put it in there yesterday at about lunchtime. It's 2:26 the next day. Again, the longer it marinates, the better it is. And so it's going to be really, really good. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do this step, guys. But if you do this step, it's going to come out much better than it would have been without the marinade. We got 2 large bell peppers. We got a large onion. We got some minced garlic. Got some gray Poupon mustard. We got some ketchup. You can use tomato paste as well too. Got a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. We got some thyme, some beef broth, some diced tomatoes, some dill weed, a couple of bay leaves. We got some seasoned salt. Got a little bit of flour. Got some cornstarch, and we're going to use some avocado oil to season the pan. So let's go ahead and put this thing together here. Oh, and I left one thing out, y'all. We can't forget about the mushrooms. Mushrooms really add some good flavor and texture to this dish. All right, so we're going to take the bones out of the marinade, and we're going to add a little bit of cornstarch to this, y'all. Here, just to coat it a little bit. All right, so we're going to use about a half a cup of cornstarch in here. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it, y'all. The description will be in the video. You'll see how to do it and how much you need. But again, we're just going to use that. Going to mix it up real thoroughly, get it all coated. And we're going to take a little bit more. And this is just so that the flour will stick to it here. Get it nice and coated here. We're also going to put some of our spices in here. We'll use about a teaspoon of our seasoned salt. Now you can use whatever seasoning you want to. This is just what I'm using, but you can use whatever seasoning you want to. And we want to do that on both sides. So shake it around. Give it another seasoning here. Try to spread it on as well as possible, y'all. We're going to use a little bit of dill weed. That's a lot of dill weed. Again, give it a nice little stir. Now, if you don't like dill weed, you don't have to use these spices that I'm using, guys. This is just kind of what works for me. Then we're going to use a little bit of thyme. Just kind of spread it out like this. let's put a little bit more thyme in there, y'all. We're gonna try not to make a real long video here. But some of these steps you kind of have to see here. All right, now we're gonna put some flour up here. And then we're using all this to kind of brown it, y'all. So just kind of put that up there. Again, just kind of move it around. Get it nice and coated here. And put a little bit more. Go ahead and have your stock pot on the stove warming up, medium high heat. Put your little bit of oil. We're going to use some of that avocado oil in there, and then we're going to fry these about 2 minutes per side, just to kind of brown them. And we'll come right back. All right, now we're going to brown them on both sides here. Just get the big pieces in there first, y'all. We're going to go about 2 minutes per side. Again, use a really big stock pot like this right here. It makes everything a lot easier. You just want to brown these babies here. I might be able to get a lot of them in there, y'all. Who knows? We're just going to brown them. But I think we're going to have to do 2 batches here. So we're going to go there for about 2-3 minutes. All right, that's what it looks like after you flip it one time. We're going to do that about 3 minutes or so. Alrighty, we're going to take the last of the oxtails out. Alrighty, so now you'll have a lot of stuff left down there in the pot, but you don't need to throw any of that out. We're going to put our onions in there. We're going to put our bell peppers in there. We're going to put some garlic in there. If I can find my garlic here. Come over here. I'm going to put about a good old tablespoon of garlic in there. We're going to get a nice saute, y'all. Let me find me a saute thing. Get a nice saute. And we're just going to do this for about 2 or 3 minutes until everything is nice and glistening. So we'll come right back in about 2 minutes. All right, when it gets nice and tender like that, if I can keep my camera. Again, you can use tomato paste. We're going to use a little bit of ketchup here. I got some tomato paste, but we're just going to use a little bit of ketchup in here. Just about a tablespoon. Give it a little stir here. And we're going to use some Grey Poupon. Now you can use yellow mustard as well too. About a tablespoon of this. A nice little stir. It's going to be so good, y'all. And again, we're still at the very beginning, because this thing's got to cook for about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. Usually 3 hours, and it's nice and tender. All right, now we're going to add a can of diced tomatoes, and these are diced roasted garlic tomatoes. Put the whole can in there. Mix that up a little bit. We're still cooking on medium high. Go ahead and turn your oven on to about 350 degrees, y'all. Give it a nice little stir. Now we're not going to put those mushrooms in to the last 30 minutes. So this is really smelling good right now, y'all. We're going to throw in a couple of bay leaves as well too. But we got to put some of that wine in there first. All right, we're going to put the whole bottle of wine in there, y'all. The whole bottle. Sounds like a lot, but this is going to give it so much flavor. So much flavor. Now we're going to bring that to a boil. Now is when we're going to throw in our bay leaves, and bay leaves are going to give it some extra flavor as well. Oh, I think my directions say put 2 in there, but that's fine right there. It's just gonna give it a lot of flavor. All right, now we got to bring this up to a boil. And I think, and also we're going to add in 2 cups of beef broth, and I'm gonna eyeball this as well too. Okay. All right, bring it up to a boil. We can actually go ahead and put our meat back in there too, y'all. All right, we got our meat back in there. Give it a nice stir. Now, some people will put potatoes and other vegetables in there as well too, y'all. And I have done it with rutabagas and turnips, things like that. But we're not doing that this way here now, because we're going to be eating it with different stuff. Just don't. It's kind of messy, but clean up your mess. All right, we're gonna cover this up. Just make sure all the meat is covered up as much as it can be. And we're gonna bring that up to a boil. Alrighty, once it comes to a boil like that, y'all, you can keep on doing it right here on the stove and just doing it on simmer. But I'm gonna do this in the oven. I'm gonna pop it in the oven and let it cook in there. Again, we're gonna go in there for about 2.5 hours. Alrighty, so it's been about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Oh, it looks so good, y'all. We're gonna add our mushrooms in here now. And we're gonna cook it about another 30 minutes or so. Let's get that mixed. Get that in there real good. Just give it a nice little stir. Oh, this stuff, it's ready now, y'all. It is ready now. You can kind of see the meat falling off the bones. But we're going to cook it another 30 minutes. All right, y'all. So it's been, oh, I got the wrong glove on too. It's been 30 minutes. I'm going to take this lid off, but I got the glove on this hand and not on this hand. So hold on a second. All right, here we go. Take a look at it. Oh, look at that, y'all. Oh, yeah, look at that. This is going to be some good eating right here. Look at that. Fall off the bone. You can tell it's fall off the bone. Be good to go with some noodles or something like that, y'all. This is going to be so good. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment on it. Hit that little thumbs up to send a notification out. It makes that algorithm send it to more people. And we're going to be eating some oxtail stew tonight with some Brussels sprouts and some mashed mashed rutabaga with potatoes. I made a video for that as well, too. You can probably find it on my channel. Y'all have a great day. Peace. All right, guys, there you go. That's what it looks like all put together. Just had to come in here at the last minute and show you this. Peace.